And I'm Matt Hanna.
And this is Horror Hour with the Hannas,
where we don't just review horror, we summon it.
Ooh, and we are summoning it today because we are talking about Jennifer's Body. But we are not talking about this amazing film alone. We are joined by a special guest. So, everyone, warm welcome to Merrilee from Fear Coded podcast.
Hi, hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm genuinely delighted to be here. And I'm so thrilled to be talking about this classic movie.
I am very excited to be talking about this movie too. I was so excited to have an excuse to rewatch it. So I was really excited when that was your pick of the list.
Yeah. Well, listen, you gave me an incredible list. And I could have talked about any of those, but on the list was Jennifer's Body. And it's hard not to pick that one of all of the things, because it has all of the essentials. It's fun, it's campy, it's queer, it's perfect.
Yes, I feel like we're going to have so much to talk about in this episode. I feel like it's going to just be a really fun, high energy episode. So I'm excited. But before we dive too deep into Jennifer's Body, tell us a little bit about your show and where to find you.
Yeah. So I'm one of the 3 co-hosts on Fear Coded. It's me and my friends Tyler and David. And we look at pieces of media throughout the horror as a genre. So we look at TV shows, movies. We've talked about comics. We've talked about narrative fiction podcasts. Anything that is within the horror umbrella is fair game for us to take a look at and to examine under the lens of queer theory. And it's just one of my favorite things I've ever done. I love doing it, and you can find it wherever you pod your casts.
Love it.
And horror is such a genre ripe for queer theory, which I have not heard that term before, and I like it.
Yeah. No, horror is an incredibly queer space. Because we're in horror, you're exploring things that society doesn't necessarily like. You have this room for the gray areas where queer people can find themselves and find things that other people didn't mean to leave there. Queer coding in villains is so part of the genre for how a villain is. You can find queer villains even in people who didn't even realize they were making one. And then when you go to the horror genre, that kind of tendency gets cranked up to the max. It's really fantastic.
I always like to joke about Scream, because one of my favorite horror movies of all time that very much has queer-coded villains.
Yes,
and
yeah, they're boyfriends.
I don't know if it was on purpose. It feels like it had to be on purpose, but it's one thing I didn't notice until I was older. I was this is hysterical. I love these two together.
Yeah, we talked about Scream. We actually discussed the first movie in our first year of podcasting. And we keep meaning to go back to the Scream well, and we will someday. But the first movie, my deep thought on that is that I don't think they meant it to be queer, but in the years since, both of the actors have reflected and been oh yeah, that's what we were doing there.
That's just how boys talk to each other in the 90s, all right? It used to be...
It was a different time.
How long have you guys been doing the show for?
We're actually about to celebrate our 3rd birthday. So 3 years of Fear Coded. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. It's truly been the project of my life. I couldn't imagine not doing it, and it makes me so happy.
Oh, we are very excited that we are having such a podcasting veteran at this point.
Yes.
Been doing it for a few years, and a great energy podcast guest at that to come on. So,
well, again, it's so weird because I get it. Again, it's been 3 years, which is insane. But also, it does feel like we've just started doing it yesterday. You know what I mean?
No, I feel that entirely. Well, I also feel like it takes so long to kind of find your footing and figure out what the fuck you're actually doing. So
I'm still trying to figure
might
that
have
out.
Started quite a bit ago, but we're we started right before a wedding in 2023, but we're still I have no idea what's happening.
Well, and it is interesting having a second podcast with the Twin Peaks one now. It's I feel like I understand that one so much better because we did so much here for years that it's easier to just jump into something new.
I completely understand. Sometimes you need a second project to understand what you're doing in the first one.
Yes. Yeah. Very true. Well, what is your favorite horror subgenre? Do you have any favorite movies that fall under that subgenre?
Absolutely. I think the thing that I like a lot of horror, I love a slasher. I like a lot of different things, but the thing that keeps drawing me back at the end of the day is I love a ghost story. I love a ghost. I think ghosts are so much fun, especially because you can find that ghosts mean such different things, like in different contexts. And my number one favorite ghost movie of all time has to be the 1960 Robert Wise The Haunting adaptation. Ugh, such a killer. If you've never seen it, it's in black and white. It's a masterpiece. And it's really good. But I like the Conjuring movies. The Haunting of Hill House TV show is fantastic.
Yes, my queen.
Genuinely, I was a fan of Mike Flanagan before this. I think Hush is one of the great like housebreak movies of all time. But Mike Flanagan has a fan for life for me from that one.
Yeah, I could go on a soapbox about Hill House or Midnight Mass in particular for a year of my life, and I would never run out of things to say.
Truly same all the way down. It's just incredible work.
I am interested to see what his Exorcist movie, how that goes. So we'll be covering it whenever it's releasing, but I don't know how to set my expectations for that one.
See, I'm gonna watch it and I'm probably gonna have a great time. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be great. I'm more excited. I know that we as a community keep saying we have to stop doing horror remakes. And then I turn around and be like, I'm really excited for the Carrie remake by Mike Flanagan. I think that's going to be great. If only because the actress who plays Beverly Keane in Midnight Mass, she was born to play Carrie's mom.
Very much
so.
Yes.
I simply cannot wait to watch that monstrosity unfold on my screen.
We should first say Piper Laurie was born to play Carrie's mom.
Yeah,
and
but
then
I mean,
Beth Keane also.
Yeah. No, I'm so sorry to Piper Laurie.
No, you're fine. I just didn't. I cannot disparage Piper Laurie on this podcast. All right.
Yeah, no, she's great. She's so good. Like, for example, her character in the Mike Flanagan Haunting of Hill House TV show, she's so good in that, and she's done nothing wrong, and she's just so perfect. And then Beverly Keane, the worst who's ever done it, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into Jennifer's Body. Maybe we'll talk about a Mike Flanagan film on the pod together in the future.
Yeah, sorry, I'm derailing.
No, I can talk about Mike Flanagan all day is the problem. Like, his shows are so important to me.
Let's circle back to that later.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
But let's do some background on Jennifer's Body.
Give it to me.
It is a 2009 film written by Diablo Cody and directed by Karyn Kusama, starring Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried. Matt, you've heard me talk about this list on the podcast many of times, but the screenplay for this film was featured in the 2007 Blacklist, which, for folks at home who are unfamiliar, is a list of the most liked unmade screenplays of the year. And that does not surprise me at all, because I think this is an immaculate screenplay.
And interestingly enough, I feel like a lot of the other movies we've talked about that have been on this list, I've been like,
well, some of them are incredible, and then some of them you're like, no, this could have stayed on that list, bro. Like,
spoiler, we don't feel that way about Jennifer's Body.
No, this list is, thank God this was made. Diablo Cody, Queen. Matt, you were doing background earlier on this movie, and you almost never do background, but what did you find?
I just was reading about Diablo Cody, and I want to read her book now.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically she went and was working as like a copywriter and then decided to go and be a stripper for a little bit. That was her words. And wrote a book about it, and then ended up writing Juno after that.
And then this was the
first collaboration between her and Reitman. Is that his name?
That was Juno?
Yeah.
Yes. And then this was
their second collaboration together. Yep. But supposedly her book is really good. David Letterman liked it and put it on his like book club read or something.
Hell yeah.
So that was my quick read about her, because I didn't really know anything other than that she punched up Fede Alvarez's script for Evil Dead 2013.
Yeah.
So
neat.
Another movie I want to talk about later in this. So
okay, interesting. Yeah, I can see why you'd want to bring that up. Well, one of the big things that has come out over time about this movie is how we've all talked about how mismarketed this was at the time.
Yeah.
I don't remember, to be honest. Let me tell you, as a young middle school, no, I was in middle school when this came out. Boy.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
This was the original like Gooner bait movie, like for lack of a better term. Like this was the makeout scene between her and Amanda Seyfried was my generation Sharon Stone uncrossing her legs. Let me tell you, we were wearing out YouTube watching that video when I was in middle school.
Well, and so that's exactly the problem, and especially one that Diablo Cody had, was that the film was marketed incorrectly. It was marketed to boys because Megan Fox is hot, and then they were like, look, two hot women kissing.
Yeah.
That is all I remembered before I watched this as an adult.
That's completely getting this film wrong. And so Diablo Cody's quote is that they marketed this film to boys who like Megan Fox. That's who's going to see it. And I was like, no, this is a movie for girls too. That audience they did not attempt to reach.
Which is hilarious because this is definitely like feminist core movie.
It's very much about girlhood. It's very much about female friendships. And it's very much also about like men abusing women. It's very core to this narrative. So it's crazy.
Yeah, but they make out, guys. Come on, girls kissing.
You're so right, babe. Thanks for making us aware of that plot point. But
that's what the trailers made me aware at a young age.
Exactly. But obviously, it has since been reclaimed as a feminist cult classic. God bless.
As deserved.
As deserved, for sure.
This movie came out the year I graduated from high school. And I didn't watch this movie in theaters. I watched it a couple years later. But I distinctly remember having conversations with other people about how tired we were of like this trope of like girls making out for like boys' attention. Because that had happened. That was like a thing that was common in media around that time. And how this movie like they had in the trailer Megan Fox saying, I go both ways after, Needy says, I thought you just killed boys, and how like tired we were of that and how we wanted like real bisexual representation. And then I watched the movie a couple of years later. It was like, where the fuck was this movie that was so good in the advertising? Because it just completely was lost.
Completely. More fun facts about this is Megan Fox considers this her favorite of her own movies.
That's reasonable because they actually let her act for once.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like she's actually talented and she suffered from being so conventionally attractive that she never was actually allowed to use her talent, which she has. And it's a shame because I'd love to see her do something again in the future.
I don't think I ever realized how talented she was. This is going to be a stupid thing that made me realize.
Yeah. When did you realize?
I was worried you were about to make a guess. You were like, yeah, and then you looked at me funny. She was in a season of New Girl because...
That's right.
Zooey Deschanel was pregnant, so they replaced her character for the time being with Megan Fox, who was hilarious. A lot of people didn't like the character because obviously you're replacing this like quirky nincompoop lead of your show with another woman who's a very different actress and character, but she's so funny. And then I feel like that was what motivated me to finally watch Jennifer's Body, and I was like, holy shit, she is so good.
You're telling me Michael Bay didn't teach you in Transformers?
Michael Bay definitely did not teach
I know.
me that.
No.
I fear. He did
he had no idea how to utilize her. Really
not
much of anybody. But,
No, he really didn't. He knows how to utilize cars go broom and
helicopters
boom.
go vroom.
And like that's it.
No, planes go vroom, helicopters go near.
Near.
Yeah, he loves utilizing the US military. Megan Fox less so.
Yes, very much so.
Well, and there was so much that came out too about like their relationship on set.
I forgot about
like
that.
A piece of shit.
Don't even remind me. I don't even need to get mad about it right now.
Another fun fact about casting for this film is when they were casting our lead vocalist for the band Low Shoulder, and I think it's very obvious what they were going for. They were looking at actual boy band or actual like punk lead singers. So they were looking at Fall Out Boy bassist Pete Wentz and Good Charlotte's frontman Joel Madden for that role. But they ended up having to cast Adam Brody, who then did not perform his own vocals because he can't sing. And so one of the guys who is like in the band with
Okay.
the singer for the songs.
Singing Through the Trees.
Yeah.
That song
And the second
rips.
one, he also does the Blondie cover towards the end when all the bands are dying, which is
that's cool.
yeah, it's a very good song. And it's only on the deluxe edition of the soundtrack. I may or may not have stolen that at one point in my life, specifically because I
Hell
wanted
yeah.
that Blondie cover.
Hell yeah. No, he rocks. I'll be honest, Low Shoulder kind of rocks.
Yeah, they're great.
Even what I know now, I'd still go to their show.
I don't know. Killing a teenage girl, I would not buy a ticket to that concert now.
I fear I really like my alt emo bands.
Hannah do war crimes, apparently.
I'm a terrible
For Cage the
person. I'm
Elephant.
sorry.
So would
no,
I.
I actually would for Cage the Elephant. I love Cage the Elephant so much. Different, like overlap enough.
Sure.
Yeah, when they show her room for the first time, I was like, Matt, Fall Out Boy poster.
Yep.
And he was like, why are you screaming Fall Out Boy to me? Like, what are we doing here? So learning that they wanted to cast him, I was like, well, duh.
Yeah. I mean, they got a lot of the music through Fueled by Ramen, so clearly they were in touch with Pete Wentz at some point, which I think is very fun.
I love it. That's just like another detail that I love so much about this movie. I feel like all the vibes are immaculate. Final background fact, because I know I've been going on for like a while. I just think this movie is so fun. This movie relies quite a bit on practical effects rather than CGI. Example, the vomit scene when Jennifer goes to Needy's house and barfs up all like the black. Megan Fox said it was chocolate syrup. And she said that they did a rig that clamped onto her ear. Yep. And then it would go around back, and then she would bite down on the side of her face, and it would projectile.
Very similar to what they did for, what's it called? The Exorcist.
Yeah. And they also used a double for when she unhinges her jaw.
Oh, I thought that was CGI. That's cool.
No, they tried to do as much of that practically as they could. So they didn't want to like make her sit in a makeup chair forever and ever. So they used a double for that.
Cool.
But they did, work on how to have an unhinging.
So they had a practical makeup effect for that? That's incredible. I had no idea.
I don't know how much of it ended up also being enhanced by CGI, but it was definitely the foundation of it was practically done.
That's how you should do it.
Exactly.
So no wonder it looks incredible.
I know. I'm obsessed with that. It's another detail that I'm like, fuck yeah, Jennifer's body.
I need to derail just because I didn't talk to you about this, but this reminds me of something Tom Holland recently, I guess, said something about working. Well, you'll follow me. It's about like preparing what you're going to do before you make it. And that's like clearly what this movie did by doing a practical. It makes it a lot easier to do CGI after. And Tom Holland, who's been working with Christopher Nolan for the Odyssey, apparently after seeing how things were run, called up the people working on the new Spider-Man. And we're like, we need to get our set more like Nolan's. He's like, no more not knowing what we're doing before we shoot it. And everyone was like, homie works on a real movie once and I was bossing everybody around.
No, but actually, I'm not surprised by that at all because his career started with Marvel, who does no prep, who does everything.
Zero prep and all in post. And him calling and also being like kind of having some say. Is like, we need to take some notes out of this guy's book. It was like, no, it's just that they're the ones doing it really lazily and most others. I mean, Nolan obviously is great. But
Nolan is
either way, just needed to bring that up because it made me laugh and we hadn't talked about it yet.
I love that. Thank you for
I'll find the actual quote. I'm paraphrasing him, but it made me giggle. So
all of the stuff coming out of the Odyssey, like with him and Matt Damon, I guess that Nolan kept calling Zendaya perfect, and then him and Matt Damon were like,
getting all mad.
We don't get compliments like that.
Yeah. Well, that's because
you're not Zendaya,
is a league ahead of everybody in every facet. Sorry.
Yeah, I love that. I thought it was really funny.
Off the Odyssey, though. Apologies.
Yeah. Too bad that's not a horror film.
We'll be seeing
it anyway. I love Greek mythology so much. Okay. Because this is like considered like a feminist cult classic at this point and has been very reclaimed over time. Our social media prompt for this episode was, what is your favorite cult classic horror film? So we got a wide variety of responses.
I don't even know if cult classics exists in horror anymore. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm more like saying that anything that becomes a cult classic ends up really just being very popular. But I want to see what people say. So
no, and
I'll tell you what's a real cult classic and what's not. But
you're the arbitrator.
I'm the arbitrator.
That's what I was about to say.
I'm gonna decide.
You're the expert now.
If I don't know it, if I know it, it's not a cult classic, is what I'm saying. No, it's fine. I'm just being a jerk. Go ahead.
No, because like Rocky Horror.
Rocky Horror is. I absolutely love Rocky Horror Picture Show. Is it a cult classic at this point? No.
Yes.
Is it cult? All right, fine. Okay.
I don't know if you
cult makes it feel like it's not massive and huge. Which
listen, sure, there's a Glee episode. Do you think everybody who watched the Glee episode went out to their local theater and supported their local drag scene and went to Rocky Horror? No.
Maybe I just hang out with cool people, and so I assume that everybody does that.
That's the thing.
That's just not how it is. Oh, okay.
That's not how the world works. Like I saw Rocky Horror. And I was a theater nerd, so then I made you see Rocky Horror.
Yeah,
and then we made all our friends participate in Rocky Horror.
All right.
That's not like
again. I think my world is shattering. Everything's coming down in on me to realize that maybe being in the horror scene also makes me think like, oh, this is normal. So
yeah.
All right, I'm not the arbitrator. Sorry.
Okay, that's some of these you're gonna be like, oh yeah, and then some of them you're gonna be like, meh.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, based off your judgment there. Yeah. Okay, so David Lynch's World, who we had on an episode of Welcome to Twin Peaks, shout out, said Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and also added it was filmed very close to where they live.
Oh, that's fun.
Chris H. on Blue Sky, his is Percolator Pete. Said Carnival of Souls.
I don't know that one. So
you don't know Carnival of Souls?
No.
Bruh.
All right.
Okay.
Continue.
Sure. Dairyland Fright said Army of Darkness.
See, that was the one where I was like, is that cult? But apparently it is.
Yeah, it's 100%
now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Listen, just because it got popular later doesn't mean it's still not a cult classic.
Yeah. I think Matt's very much like these movies that were made 40 years ago, they're popular now, finally. It can't be a cult classic. Early Morning Horror said Dead Silence.
See, I think that's a cool pick because that's
pick.
One that like people feel kind of mixed on. So
Pickle Sandwich 1981, as always, my favorite account name. I love pickles. Said Eyes of Fire.
I don't think I know that one. What's that?
I don't know what that is either. So I was like, okay, fun shout. Thank you for sharing. It's a 1983 film that focuses on a preacher and his followers after being banished from their settlement. And I guess they get tormented by the spirits of French colonialists.
Oh, hell yeah. Eyes of Fire? When did it come out?
1983.
Great. I'm adding that to my list.
I'd love to know what the critical response is too. But
all right, here's the next
showing
one.
up. Anyway. Last one, K Bats Crafts said Ravenous.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
I've not seen that, so now I'm like, okay, I should do that.
If you are interested in homoerotic cannibalism, I have a movie for you.
Wait, Guy Pearce.
I'm adding my two.
What are your two?
Both by the same director. One, House of a Thousand Corpses.
I knew you were going to say
Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses. You don't like it?
I'm not a Rob Zombie person, and that's like my thing.
No, I wasn't either. Mm-hmm. This is actually a thing on the podcast. I was not at all either, and then I watched Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which I was also going to put on this, and something clicked for me. Mm-hmm. And I came to the podcast, I was like, guys, I'm so sorry. I was like, I don't know what happened. Because I watched, it took me a couple tries, and then all of a sudden I was like, I get it now. It's a very weird thing. So I understand. I'm a little ashamed of myself, to be honest.
Listen, don't be ashamed of yourself. Enjoy what you enjoy. I love this for you. I'm just going to be simply a hater till I die.
That's fine. I thought I was going to be. So, you never know. Maybe someday.
I haven't given it a chance yet. And
I don't
feel like I need to
House of a Thousand Corpses is, I think, pretty cool, but it is very out there. You have to understand what he's going for and understand that he writes like a middle schooler. So
yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's my issue.
But there are parts to it that just work. I don't know. Again, I think my brain is broken, but something happened. He broke me. He got in. Rob Zombie came into my home.
Oh,
he's living in he's in my walls.
Okay, Tyrion Lannister. All right.
Anyway, Jennifer's Body.
Yes, Jennifer's Body.
Jennifer's Body.
When did we first see this film?
I definitely caught parts of it when I was the middle school, high school boy, but I don't know if I ever watched all of it. You and I watched it together. I don't know when though.
In the last
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
But I don't know more precisely than that. But
yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
You never saw it in school? Never saw it as a child?
Why the fuck would I have watched
I don't know.
Jennifer's Body in school or as a child?
Not in school. I mean, while you were in like high school.
No, I didn't watch any horror in high school.
Okay.
The only horror movies I watched in my entire time in high school was Mama in theaters, destroyed me, Halloween, and Insidious.
Okay.
That's it. Oh. And 2 of those were at a sleepover. And Mama, I went to see in theaters because I was trying to make new friends and they wanted to go. And I didn't want to be.
You never hung out with them again?
I hung out with them again. Okay. One of those in that friend group was Matt Dalton.
Okay, that's fine.
So, who's been on the pod many times. Okay. So it kind of worked out.
All right.
I guess.
And we heard when Merrilee saw it for the first time.
Yeah.
So expectations going in, it sounds like we kind of all had the same expectations based off the marketing to a degree.
Yeah.
Yes, and I will say my first time watching it, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fine, and I had some issues with the ending. And then this time around, you saw me last night, I was like, I totally misremembered this, and I like this way more this time around. So something different clicked for me watching it.
It did feel like one of those movies that once you had your expectations in the right place, I enjoyed it more. I liked it the first time, but then rewatching it, I was like, I love this.
Yeah, I will say I have liked Jennifer's Body more every time I've watched it. And as someone who's been enjoying this film for years, that does not go away. It just keeps getting better. I love this movie.
I'm excited to hear what you rate it then. If it's just gotten better over time.
Yeah, no, it really is aging like a beautiful fine wine.
I agree with that. I do actually think this movie maybe works better now than it even did when it came out.
Yeah, because I think part of the thing that really, really works is it's such like a time capsule moment because the writing in the film, at least to me, it's so sharp because that is exactly what everybody was like in 2009. Like that is our slurs thrown left and right included.
Yeah.
That was it's phenomenally well done period piece, even though it wasn't meant to be.
That's Diablo Cody.
Yes.
I feel like
but
she
actually,
or boots on the ground, heels on the ground, whatever we'll say. But
Well, the whole time watching this movie too, I kept thinking about Forbidden Fruits, which obviously just came out this year, but produced by Diablo Cody, and the scripts feel very.
I am so mad I haven't seen Forbidden Fruits yet. I want to see it so bad.
Oh, it's great. It's fantastic.
I've been excited about it since it was announced that Diablo Cody was working on it. And then I read the description and then I read like the cast list. I was like, oh, so this is going to be the perfect movie. I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet because I've been very busy. And also, I don't know, it just slips through the cracks. Maybe I'm waiting for when I really need it, but
that's valid. That's valid.
You talk about a time capsule of dialogue. Forbidden Fruits is like a time capsule of that, and also like a capsule of a specific subset of a person. And that's what even makes me laugh more is like, I don't know if I really know this person, but like I have seen them or I've heard this type of person speak. And it just like cracks me up. And it's like, immediately watching it.
Well,
so it feels too real.
I think I'll end up quoting Forbidden Fruits in this episode when describing certain characters.
I quote it all the time.
So I do quote it all the time also. So good. Okay, do you want to do our 15-second
Yes,
summaries,
let's do
Matthew?
them. I will pull out my timer. Who wants to go first today?
Oh, God. I think that one of you guys should really show me how it's done.
Okay, Hannah, I have my timer up, so you're
I
going
agree.
first.
That's fair. Fuck.
You're not ready? Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Megan Fox is serving contests, as they say, in Forbidden Fruits. And I love this feminist cult classic and women rock. Okay, bye.
That was
I can't. I
have to do a real one then.
I thought about trying to do write a joke ahead of time, and then I was like, I don't have it today. It's not. I don't have it. We're also recording for Disclosure Day right after this, and
oh wow!
I think I spent so much energy trying to process what the fuck that is that for this I was like, you know what, that's gonna be off.
Well, it's okay. Terrible. I will go and give you a real one.
Do it for.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. All right, Megan Fox gets turned into a succubus because they sacrificed her as a virgin. She wasn't a virgin. So she eats a bunch of boys, not people, boys. And then tries to fight her friend. And her friend basically kills her, takes her powers, and then goes and kills the people that sacrificed Megan Fox originally. There you go.
Beautiful.
Incredible.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Yep. All right. Merrilee, you feeling good?
Give me like... Okay. I got it.
All right. When you're ready, I'll hit the timer.
Okay, go. Homoerotic friendship meets demon slaying in a forbidden romance friendship movie of all time.
Perfect.
Incredible.
I like it.
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to give us the quick full plot description. By quick, I mean like a page and a little bit. I'll do my best. So I'll speed read.
Okay,
so,
great.
Needy, once an insecure and studious teenager living in the small town of Devil's Kettle, Minnesota, has become a violent asylum inmate who narrates the story as a flashback while in solitary confinement. Since childhood, Needy has been best friends with Jennifer, despite the two having little in common. One night, Jennifer takes Needy to a local dive bar to attend a concert by the band Low Shoulder. A fire engulfs the bar, killing several people. Jennifer leaves with the band, even though Needy tells her not to. Later that evening, she appears in Needy's kitchen, covered in blood, and attempts to eat a rotisserie chicken. She immediately vomits a trail of black fluid and almost bites Needy's neck, but retreats and leaves. The next morning at school, Jennifer appears fine and dismisses Needy's concerns, appearing apathetic to the fire tragedy. She seduces the school's football captain and lures him to the woods, where she eats him. Meanwhile, Low Shoulder gains popularity due to their falsely rumored heroism during the fire, and they earn a cult following status and offer to make a charity appearance at the school's spring formal. On top of all that, their hit song Through the Trees becomes an anthem for the school in their time of mourning. A month later, Jennifer becomes ill. She accepts a date with the school alt guy Colin, whom she invites to an abandoned house. Once there, she devours him. Needy senses something dreadful has happened and has a disturbing vision of a demonic Jennifer. She flees back home, but on the way, she's accosted by Jennifer, who is drenched in blood. After making it home unhurt, Needy finds a revitalized and amorous Jennifer in her bed. Jennifer attempts to seduce Needy by kissing her. Needy initially reciprocates, but then comes to her senses and demands an explanation. Jennifer reveals that Low Shoulder had taken her into the woods after the bar fire and offered her as a virgin ultimate sacrifice to Satan in exchange for fame and fortune. Although the sacrifice was a success, Jennifer was not actually a virgin, so she became a succubus. She became hungry and ate Ahmet, a foreign exchange student who was thought to have died in the fire. She had intended to eat Needy first, but left because she could not bring herself to hurt her best friend. When she has eaten, she can withstand virtually any injury without pain. Needy tells Chip about Jennifer. Chip is Needy's boyfriend. He refuses to believe her, so she breaks up with him in order to protect him. Jennifer intercepts Chip on the way to the school dance and lies to him, saying that Needy had been cheating on him with Colin. She takes him to an abandoned pool and begins feeding on him. Needy arrives and Chip impales Jennifer through the stomach with a pool skimmer. Jennifer, however, having eaten just enough to survive the injury, removes the pool skimmer and escapes while Chip dies. Angry and heartbroken, Needy breaks into Jennifer's room. The two fight and Jennifer bites Needy's shoulder in the struggle. Needy rips Jennifer's best friend necklace off her neck. Jennifer stops fighting back and Needy stabs her in the heart with a utility knife, killing her. Jennifer's mother enters and finds Needy on top of her dead daughter's body, resulting in Needy being imprisoned. However, she had absorbed some of Jennifer's supernatural powers due to the bite. Needy eventually escapes the mental facility and hitchhikes a ride, telling the driver she is following a band, citing it'll be their last show. A home video, surveillance footage, and crime scene photos show that the members of Low Shoulder have been murdered in their hotel. And that is our movie.
Nice. Incredible. Yeah. Very fast.
That was hard.
It's always tough out here. Reading is hard.
Reading and explaining the intricacies of the movie without being annoying is hard.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
It's tough.
It is a struggle.
All right, let's talk about this thing.
Fuck yeah. I'll just get started by saying what I've already said is that the script is incredible. I think every line of dialogue made me giggle internally or externally. I laughed out loud so many times, and I wrote just an absolute balls to the walls number of quotes down, including, but not limited to, hey Monostat, hey Vagisil, incredible intros.
Also how people talk to me.
Going to be using that from here forward. You're lime green jello, and you can't even admit it to yourself.
Oh,
so obsessed.
I was like, what does that even
with lime green jello?
Yeah, like part of the thing. Again, we talk about how great the dialogue is in this movie. That was not like common slang at the time, but it was like so specific that you absolutely believed that these would be things that a teen would be saying to each other. And like it was so perfectly cromulent, even though that was never a thing. You believed it immediately,
and it also just feels so out there and campy to have it said that I can't help but be obsessed
It's
with
like the same thing with salty. I've never heard that used that way, which is funny that salty later became a term for being like annoyed or being angry about something.
Yeah.
And now it's as salty then was it was a hot guy. They were salty.
To be clear, that was never a thing, but it was here, and I loved it. And like the crossing you out was, again, that was not
oh my god, yeah.
I love
it was
that.
perfect.
That was like today's tomato.
Yeah. I also have, did you get the make and model? I don't know. An 89 rapist. That was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
I'm not even a backdoor virgin anymore.
Yeah, that one.
Rumor, it's true. It's on their Wikipedia.
That made me cackle so hard.
Well, because you just know so many of those people nowadays. I feel like that line, if anything, feels
unfortunately
even more
Wikipedia is more
relevant.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AI said so.
Yeah, it's essentially that, and it hurts my soul, but because it feels so real, I could not help but cackle. And of course, the legendary "I thought you only murdered boys, I go both ways."
Incredible.
Yeah, the dialogue in this movie absolutely kills me.
It eats, as they say.
Yes, as they say.
And I think it goes back to what I was saying before, that Megan Fox is so good in this movie and very talented. And not just because she's beautiful, which she is, but it's like she's so talented. And it's a shame that I think other directors didn't recognize that.
No one knew how to use her.
Or no one knows how to use her properly.
Outside of her being a pretty face and bod, which she's so much more than that.
And I'm just, I guess for me, I just want to put it out there that I really hope she can have some kind of return to acting at some point. I don't know when. I know she's got like a family and stuff.
If that's what she wants.
If that's what she wants, fine. Yes.
Yeah.
Like I hope she wants it because I would like to see her.
You're like, I want it. So I hope you want it, Queen.
I would love more Megan Fox. I think that the world is ripe for her return. But like, if she just never wants to be seen in public again, I get that. And frankly, we don't deserve her. You know what I mean? Like, people treated her so badly for so long because she was hot. And they assumed that she was stupid and couldn't act. And that was just the rampant sexism of all time. And she doesn't want to come back. That's perfectly fine. But God, I want her to come back.
Hannah pulled up some stuff she was in, and I forgot she was in the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie, right?
As a voice.
As a voice of Chica, which is very funny. It makes me
so mad because I have enjoyed her in movies since the age of 5. I owned Holiday in the Sun, the Mary-Kate and Ashley direct-to-DVD or direct-to-video film. And I have so many distinct memories of watching that movie. And that was her first film. And I remember even back then, I was like, wow, she's such a bitch. Not that 5-year-old me was using the term bitch in her head, but... I've always recognized her immense talent, even at 5. What a queen.
What
Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen? Holy shit. What a star.
What a star.
She's so good. Her delivery of all of these absurd, campy lines is absolute perfection. And
incredible.
I think it's pretty hard to pull off a lot of these.
You missed one of my favorite lines that I quote is, "It smells like Thai food in here. Have you guys been fucking?"
I know, I knew you would say
it's
it,
crazy.
So I didn't feel the need to say it myself. Because you say that, not...
I haven't said it that much, but it's like, when I think of this movie, I think of that line.
Of the movie.
And it's just a crazy thing to say.
It is, and it's incredible. Also, the 9/11 shooters at the bar.
I wanted to talk about 9/11 in general, but yes, that is very funny. There's like multiple 9/11 references throughout this movie, and I feel like it was of the time, obviously, and small town. But yeah, the 9/11 tribute shooters that are red, white, and blue, and they mix together eventually. There was one of the characters talks about her PTSD and was like, my dad got it, or brother, whoever, because he fought in Operation Enduring Freedom, which was like one of the first operations post 9/11. There's like a lot of, and this very much feels of the post 9/11 horror genre as well in some ways, and also kind of like a parody of them also, because I was talking about post 9/11 horror being much meaner And I actually think that the genre got kind of like worse for a little, but I guess it depends on how you feel about it. And this kind of, I used to lump that in with that. And now looking back, I was like, this is almost kind of meta commentary on it, where it's a little sillier and making fun of that like mean over the top genre. So yeah, just some thoughts. I'm sure there was a couple other references, but I noticed throughout, I was like, well, there's at least 2 or 3 9/11 references that are kind of like in the DNA of this movie. Yep.
What about you, Merrilee? What do you like about this film outside of the 9/11 and incredible scripts?
You know, the 9/11 of it all wasn't really on the top of my list. But,
crazy. No, that's how my brain works. Sorry.
No, it's perfect. It's just part of how this is such an incredible period piece. It was so of the moment, and that's what 2009 was like. God, I think again the acting is incredible. Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried are so good, and like everything about their relationship is perfect. And I just, can I say the whole thing? I like the whole thing.
Valid. I like the shout out too about their friendship in particular, because I feel like we all growing up like had some iteration of this friendship, maybe not this heightened of a version of this friendship, but like that friend that you might idolize in some ways, or that like you care so much about and they just don't show
so when you like
the
look up
same
to
respect back. Like she was so willing to, she was like, I was gonna eat you, and then I was like, oh, I don't want to hurt my friend, but then like the next day is like, I'm gonna eat your boyfriend though, fuck it.
Also, like that's the thing, their relationship is so interesting. Needy had it right out of the gate. Hell is a teenage girl.
Yes.
Because when you're that age, everything is the worst it's ever been. And so confusing. And like the hormones are boiling over. And like the fact that, again, how textual you want to take Needy and Jennifer's relationship in regards to queerness is a journey that everyone gets to go on their own. But the way that I read it, like clearly Needy and Chip have some kind of relationship, but it never feels like Needy isn't as invested in her boyfriend as Chip is in his girlfriend, right? And I swear to God, like if we could just go back in time and get her like the lesbian master doc and give her 2 months to figure it out, lives would have been saved. Because it at least to me, it reads very clearly that Jennifer does know that she loves Needy, but Needy has no idea. Like the heteronormativity glasses are like so firmly stapled onto her face. She doesn't even realize that like she could have romantic feelings for Jennifer. And these things, plus all of the other being in a very small town, high school, girlhood things, boil over to a really intense, toxic friendship that could have been something else, but because Jennifer's life was so tragically cut short, and then also she was possessed by a demon, things don't work out that way, you know?
I definitely see it as I think Needy has romantic feelings for Jennifer and just doesn't know it. Or like, as you said, doesn't get through the heteronormative glasses, can't see it. I'm not convinced that Jennifer is interested in Needy that way, though, only because I think Jennifer sees her as someone she can kind of use.
I mean,
but we don't get to see too much Jennifer pre-succubus though, so hard to say.
It's so complicated because, like, on the one hand, like Jennifer clearly has a lot of issues, like with her own body and with other people's bodies, like with the laxative comment, which again was so 2009. But then, like the way that she polices how Needy can dress in public in certain ways, like when she tells Needy like to not to embarrass her, which Needy understands to mean she has to dress in a certain way so she can compliment Jennifer. The way that, again, you sent a beautiful thing over where you have like a list of what you want to accomplish, and I'm going to skip ahead to like
that's okay.
My main complaint, like my big pet peeve about this film is like the way that the movie treats Needy as if she is not one of the most gorgeous people who's ever walked the earth.
Definitely.
Oh my God,
I think it's kind of a joke almost. It's almost like a fourth wall breaking joke.
It's also such a thing from the early 2000s of like the most, and the 90s, like the most beautiful woman you've ever seen puts on glasses and her hair is slightly frizzy and suddenly she's an ugly dork.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway, Princess Diaries.
Yeah.
Another Seyfried here, one of the most beautiful people ever. It's in so many rom-coms.
Yeah.
Like the popular guy's like, no, and then they make over the girl, and then he's like, oh my God, I didn't realize you were so hot the whole time.
You could read it as that she's doing this to basically not upscale Jennifer. And she knows. It's like a subconscious decision to hide herself next to her.
I don't know that Needy knows that, but I guarantee Jennifer knows that Needy is beautiful. And like, because again, the ways that she's constantly putting her down very specifically. And it seems like Needy has really internalized that and she doesn't realize that she's a fucking knockout. But Jennifer, the way that I read it, she is deeply insecure about her own looks, especially when she is standing right next to Needy, and she needs to be the beautiful one. So the way that she is controlling and policing how Needy like feels about herself and is able to present herself to the world is like an aspect of that control. And so like the ways that Needy and Jennifer intersect and overlap together is so complicated because you have all of these different factors at work, and it's one of the most interesting relationships in horror rom-com. I don't know how else you want to put it.
Yeah. I like that you can also then read Jennifer's feelings towards her two different ways. One of which is like, I need to keep this girl under my thumb and I need her to make me look better. Or you take it as that she is romantically interested and she doesn't want her to find somebody else. She wants her to be there for her, and she's trying to kind of end things with Chip and being like, she's come with me, I'm stealing her. So.
Yeah. And like you say or, and I feel like the better answer is and, right?
And.
Yeah. And like if you track after like Jennifer has been sacrificed and she has this demon in her, you can watch the movie and see the exact moment where Needy says, oh, I really like this guy. Actually, we're friends. Jennifer immediately is like, oh, okay, now I'm interested in him. And that's when she goes after the alt guy because this is Needy's friend. And then she goes after Chip in the exact same way because she wants Needy isolated. And these are the guys that she's going after. Is it because she wants Needy alone for romantic reasons? Is it because she is trying to control her friend and like whatever demon is in her is like enhancing that selfishness? However you want to put it, like it's there for you to interpret, and I think that that's beautiful.
I like the both reading a lot, though. It just gives you so much more to chew on, and then kind of I'm sorry, I know going back and forth on this slide, the pulling off the necklace at the end being the moment like she gives up. It gives that a lot more meaning of like, all right, well, if I can't have you, then I'm done.
Yeah,
and like she like kind of gives up.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, neat movie.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's it. I guess we're done. I'm kidding.
Well, and also
we figured out.
Obviously, add on to this whole like relationship between the both of them. Like, obviously, there's a reason why her nickname is Needy. Like, because she is so codependent on. They're both very, very codependent on their relationship with one another, but she in particular, like, is very
but
codependent.
Is she?
And that's what's really interesting is obviously towards the end, she's making these decisions that are very not codependent. Well, I guess even like at the show, she's like, I don't want to be here. I'm leaving. I'm not going in the van, which by the way, not a great choice.
Oh, okay, so I have a lot of questions about what's going on with the van because it almost seems like Jennifer is hypnotized.
I think so too.
Yes.
And so it's not so much that she lets Jennifer go. It's like she's still in shock because of this is going on. Jennifer is like whatever magic is happening. I think it's more interesting. There's a scene right before they go to the club where Chip wants to take off his pants. And like you see him fumbling with his belt. And then Needy stops and says, oh, Jennifer's here. And he's like, what? What are you talking about? And then you hear Jennifer shout. He's like, how do you do that? Like Needy is so in tune with Jennifer. And I think Needy's character is really interesting because everybody says that Needy is really dramatic, has all of these things, but we never see that. So like, is this something that maybe is true? Is this something that maybe Jennifer has exaggerated over time as part of like this control that she's exerting over her friend as like part of this toxic friendship relationship? Or is Needy's mom does she have some sort of undiagnosed psychiatric issue that Needy has inherited at least partially, and so people will talk about Needy being like having these big feelings like they have on her chart that's like she has hallucinations, and we see those demon things, but like is there something else going on? Like there's a lot to explore here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like all that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have more to add to that though.
I'm so sorry I'm talking so much. I just
no,
really
that's fine.
You're
Don't apologize at all. I think
Please
that's
do.
good. I'm just like now I'm thinking about it more.
Fuck Chip.
Oh,
yeah,
that's on your list.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I put very few actual. I mean, like I took notes during the movie, but then under my like, what did the movie do well? What didn't it do well? Section on my outline, I wrote only 3 things, and one of them was fuck Chip.
Okay,
it's the whole note.
Give me the whole list. What do you got there?
Script's incredible. Fuck Chip, and I love the music, which like I've said all those things.
Yeah,
this is like my type of music. This is my type of show that I would like to go to. Like my 30th birthday theme is Death to Her 20s, and it's going to be all like early 2000s. I'm
going to try to get you a low shoulder shirt.
Well, again, they did murder a girl, so it's like, do I want the low shoulder shirt? But
I'd
also,
Sky
like,
Riley
I
shirt
do
instead.
really like the song.
Yeah, listen, I think you can make, especially if you like screen print it yourself, it could definitely be like bootleg merch before they were murdered, and I think that could be really fun.
Yeah,
that's so true. I could do that. Sky Riley though, that's a queen, and I would gladly rep her.
I'm still mad. I am still mad about the Oscars from that year, because what do you mean that horrible, awful movie got nominated for 2 Best Original Songs, and Smile 2, despite having, in my opinion, one of the best pop albums of the year, wasn't nominated at all?
It's the obvious bias against...
What was the horrible, awful movie?
You know the horrible, awful movie.
You know the
Amelia Perez.
Oh, yeah. I never even saw it.
You didn't see it, so like I get why your brain didn't go there, but I saw it since it was, up, and it's a piece of trash.
And Sky Riley
it's super problematic in numerous ways, and the music that was nominated is not good
compared to Sky Riley, at least.
No, it's just not good. It's just not good. And then you think about Sky Riley and how actually amazing the music in that film is.
There were 2 horror movies that came out that year with banging soundtracks about with a pop star, and neither one of them were nominated, specifically because the Oscars hates horror and like genre films, but they nominated Amelia Perez for Best Original Song twice and won. Go directly to hell, frankly.
It's insane. And by the second, obviously you're referring to
Lady Raven, right?
Yes,
Trap,
of course.
Yeah.
A queen. Matt is Trap's biggest.
I love Trap.
Actually, you're not Trap's biggest fan. That's Peyton.
It's Peyton, yeah.
But,
the other person we know. But
yeah,
I'm Trap's second biggest fan.
With these points. That was such a fun year for original score for horror. I'm glad that at least, just on the point of Oscars and horror, that at least our most recent Oscars had a lot of representation of horror, and I feel like it's a step in the right direction. I don't know if we'll have... I don't see the same thing happening this year.
No. Listen, I love the amount of horror we got in the last Oscars. I will say, I do think that Best Actress win that was just for the meme. That was basically I'm Just Ken winning from a few years ago. I think it was a great performance, but like, I don't think it should have won.
I think it's a career win more than anything. I don't think...
And I hate career wins. Give it to me.
It's 100% a career win, because let's be real, like, I love the performance. I really enjoyed Weapons. I think she was great. Aunt Gladys, camp queen. But like, that
was a Halloween costume winning. Like, let's be so for real.
Yeah, my favorite performance in the category was Sentimental Value. So
definitely.
I'm
not gonna be mad about Amy Madigan winning.
That's
not Amy Madigan. Who am I saying?
Yeah, it was
Amy
Madigan.
Madigan. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm mad that Amy Madigan won. Like, that's just how it is. I'm so sorry. I don't believe in career wins, and I don't think that performance.
Well, the issue with career wins is then it's actually taking away from like the awards,
and then you have to give somebody else a career win later.
That person gets a career win when they didn't deserve it. It's happened countless times again.
Back to you saying fuck Chip.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything to elaborate on that?
No, that dude just sucks. I can't.
That he fell for it immediately. What a dumb high school boy.
Yeah,
like, she cheated on
fuck
me.
Men what do you mean you're making out with your, like, just broken up with girlfriend? And she, even the way she breaks up with him is like, I want to protect you, and you also don't believe me, so, like, we're just gonna put a pin in this right now, bro. And then he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna make out with your best friend who I don't like.
Give him just a little leeway. She's a succubus. There's magic powers going on.
And
okay, but are there? That never is.
I don't know. I'm just giving him an out.
It's never really established how much of like,
I'm just saying, if Megan Fox, if I'm 17 and Megan Fox comes to me in this situation,
but same with Amanda Seyfried.
Good point.
That's the thing.
You know,
so I mean,
but Amanda Seyfried just broke up with me.
Yeah, the chip breakup is a little. I've always felt like that's a little insane. Like, she really didn't need to do that, and But you know what? You're 17. You have a lot of high hormones going on. Your best friend is turning into a demon. Alternatively, your girlfriend has cornered you on the top of this thing, is talking about how her best friend, who you've always felt a little weird about, especially how close their relationship is. She sits there and talks about how, like, she's so beautiful and her hair is glowing, and it's because, like, she's partially a demon now, and she's breaking up with you, and you don't know what's going on. And then that girl, who your best friend, like your girlfriend, has a weird relationship with, is telling you, hey, she had an affair with that guy that you thought maybe she was hooking up with on the side anyway, because you're a 17-year-old boy and you're deeply insecure, and she had this relationship with this guy, and she's telling you that they slept together. What are you supposed to do? I understand why he did it, but, like, it does suck.
Yeah. I mean, he's a dumb idiot 17-year-old boy.
And I hate him for that.
I also hate his hair.
No, his hair is terrible.
I know him as young Neil from Scott Pilgrim.
He's a charisma vacuum.
Very much so. I think that's kind of on purpose.
No, it definitely is. Yeah. You can't have these...
It's almost like so bad sometimes that you're like, I can't even look at him. I was like, get him off the screen.
I think on purpose. Like, him,
definitely.
Is that dumb little scarf when he's going to prom is so 2009 though.
Oh my gosh, so 2009.
I was pretty positive that was a Gryffindor scarf too. It was like red and yellow, and I was like, is this guy wearing his Harry Potter shit to prom?
That's worse.
That is worse. I
had some questions for you
guys. Okay, go ahead.
I think I already know the answers here, but it feels like it's an important thing to talk about given the context of this movie and our guest. How do we feel about the accusations of queer baiting in this film, specifically with the obvious kiss scene?
I mean, I don't think that it was intentional queer baiting. I do think that, like, the marketing made it seem like it was queer baiting, but I think like, again, I probably should have Googled this, but I think I've always assumed that Diablo Cody is queer. And so, like, this is a queer person's experience in a film. Let me Google that so fast, because I genuinely have always thought that with no.
I wouldn't.
If this was queer baiting, then consider me hooked.
Oh my God, that's so good though.
Because, like, what do you mean baiting? I think it's overtly queer. It's not baiting.
That also.
What are we talking about here?
I was looking up, background facts, quotes about making the movie, and something Diablo Cody said is there is a sexual energy between the girls, which is kind of authentic, because I know when I was a teenage girl, the friendships that I had with other girls were almost romantic. They were so intense. I wanted to sleep at my friend's house every night. I wanted to wear her clothes. We would talk on the phone until our ears ached. I wanted to capture that heightened feeling you get as an adolescent that you don't really feel as a grown-up.
Yeah.
When you like your friends when you're a grown up, but you don't need to sleep in the same bed with them and talk to them on the phone until 5 a.m. every night.
Yeah, it's like a homoerotic friendship, and, like, at that age, your friendship breakups are like real breakups that destroy relationship friend groups.
Those are my friend breakups. I would say is worse than any. No, I've had like one semi breakup in my life if you count high school boyfriend, but like. My friend breakups that I've had throughout my life are considerably worse than that. So, yeah.
It doesn't look like Diablo Cody is actually queer, which is insane to me, because looking at her body of work, I could have sworn.
Yes. Yeah.
Probably just spent a lot of time around a lot of queer people, or that there's just no information on it.
Also, I mean, given you can obviously be queer and not. be
I'm also
with
thinking
a person of
industry
the
she's
opposite
in
sex
film
and whatnot,
industry,
so.
being in the sex working industry at some point. Like that's not an uncommon.
No.
So
True.
yeah, I mean,
so true.
Yeah.
I guess my other question for you guys is, how do you feel about the Frame story?
You know, I feel like upon first watch, I was like, why would they give all this away? And upon second watch, I like it.
Yeah.
It's something about it kind of works. And maybe it's because it brings me back to that era again of 2009, where that felt like a very 2000s horror movie thing to do, or just movie thing to do. So like now, I think it works.
Yeah, I will admit, the first time I watched it, I also was confused. I genuinely, the first time I put it on, was like, did I get the wrong movie? But no, it works like everything else in this movie, better upon multiple watches. I'll tell you that.
Yes. That was how I felt too, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring it up, because I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, I don't really need that. I don't love it as the intro to this film in particular. I don't need it. And so when it started, I wrote down, I don't know if I love this intro. And then as we move through the story and then loop back to that, I'm like, oh, no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
And there's a second frame in it, which is then Jennifer explaining what happened to her.
Oh, and I love
that.
I started making me think about Frankenstein, like the book Frankenstein. And I was like, wait a second. I was like, is there some inspiration here? Like going into the future, coming back, then seeing the monster being created, or not being created, but Frankenstein going and being in the hovel and learning to hate humanity, or love and hate, is kind of similar to what I'm saying. Jennifer going and seeing how her creation is a succubus, but just thought maybe a stretch, but
I get what you. I get where you're coming from.
Get it.
Sure.
Yeah. And especially because, again, she would go on to write one of my favorite movies from a couple years ago, Lisa Frankenstein. So Frankenstein's clearly on the brain.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
I said I was going to say this earlier, but other movies I wanted to compare this to, just I don't know where else I get the opportunity, was this feels very much to me like one of the first 3 Evil Dead movies crossed with Heathers. Yeah, and I didn't realize until watching it this time that I felt a lot of Raimi-isms in it.
I feel...
Or even comparison to, what's it called? Drag Me to Hell. Something about its heightened dialogue and the way it's shot, I was just getting a lot of Evil Dead and Raimi vibes in general.
The heightened nature of Sam Raimi as a filmmaker, I very much see, because I do think a lot of this film is very heightened, especially the dialogue.
Yeah, and it's very funny, and Sam Raimi can do funny and horror comedy really extremely well. Honestly,
and the movie's kinetic. It uses a lot of like Dutch angles, and that's also something he does. And then I think the Heathers just comes from, Heathers to Mean Girls to this. I don't know. I need to elaborate. High school. Black comedy,
I think, again, it's just because of the way that the dialogue is written, and I hate to give Batman props, but it does kind of remind me of Buffy the Vampire Slayer a little bit, in the way that, like, it's making up slang, but you completely understand A, what it's saying, and B, why that would be how they talk in that universe.
That's a good comparison.
I've never watched Buffy.
I've seen some episodes, but maybe that's what we'll do after Twin Peaks.
I hate to recommend it because it's, again, I don't want to.
All of the knowledge we have now, of like
it genuinely is one of the greatest and most influential television shows of all time, and I hate to say it, but like, she really is that girl.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit more. We've already touched
discussed
on this, but what this movie means to us and what this movie's purpose is.
We kind of went off on the last one, so if you have any additional you'd like to add that we can comment on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think this movie is very much. If this were a movie made in the last 10 years, people would say this is like a Me Too movie.
Yeah,
it's very, very much about this group of powerful men sacrificing this girl's body for their own advancement. And it's very much in that regard a revenge fantasy, is her like using her body. Then if you want to like spin it that way, then it's like her using her body against men who caused her harm. The issue is that she doesn't actually go after those men who caused her harm, and has
then
her friends later.
Yeah.
But then Needy does later, so that arc kind of ends up being fulfilled. But it's very much this subversion of classic horror where like the women were terrorized, and like women had to be a final girl. Like all the women would die for us to have like one final girl. And obviously in movies like Texas Chainsaw, it's very much like she just managed to run away enough, but she didn't actually have that much agency and actually how she got out of this. And in this, it's very much like the woman who is not an accessory to man having her own agency.
Yeah, well, it's very much like...
to be fair, though, obviously the agency is that she's choosing to murder people.
There is a coming of age also for Amanda Seyfried's character, Needy, to be controlled by Jennifer. Jennifer is controlled by her own insecurities and also by men, even though she like hides it. And then it is kind of like, you know, this trickle down effect until Needy is able to be like, I'm my own person. I'm breaking out of jail and I'm going to kill the guys that started this. And I'm going to be my own person. I'm going to be sexy and powerful in my mental institution. I'm going to kick the shit out of the guards. Yeah. Because that's also an interesting choice. They make her much prettier once she's in the asylum, for lack of a better word, which is because that's the moment that she is broken free of the control of Jennifer, and Jennifer is broken free of the control, I guess, by dying. We'll put it that way. That is best as I can put it. So, but yeah, just interesting. That's would be kind of my read, at least on the revenge story. Yeah, it would be more interesting. Sorry, I will say this and I'll let you talk. It's more interesting if Jennifer did go and kill the band, but I think the movie wouldn't work the same way. So
yes.
But sorry, Merrilee, did not mean to interrupt you.
No. Like that's perfect. I always felt like I wanted Jennifer to kill Low Shoulder, but like, it makes sense that Jennifer wouldn't go after them, because at that point, like, she's still in like survival mode. She's figuring out what's going on. It never even occurred to her that she did die. Like, Needy is the one who says, but they did kill you. And so after everything that got on, Needy then going to get revenge for these people killing her best friend. I thought that was great.
Yes. Yeah. And I don't see how this movie could end I don't think it would be as fulfilling of an ending otherwise.
I mean, Jennifer could have survived, and like she and Needy could have gone on to like be able to. But,
yeah,
like,
I get.
Oh my god!
Movie.
Assuming Jennifer,
they could have gotten some cats. They could have moved in together. They could have. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm sorry. And get cats.
The dream.
They could have grown old together. That's what we want. Just eating people, I guess, when they have to.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a whole world of really awful dudes out there. But
exactly.
That is what is kind of stinky. I'm like, girl, why are you just killing these? She's new to this. She probably would have figured it out eventually.
Well, if the movie was made today, probably that would have been
like Edward Cullen. He only ate bad guys. You know, that's the strategy.
Incredible. Thank you.
I love Twilight.
I do love this alternate history, though. Not alternate ending where they just admit their love for each other and go off, and it would be very what's the vampire movie? Swedish. Help me. Let the right one in. It'd be very Let the Right One In, where Needy would just go and get men for her wife to eat. I'm assuming they get married in this as well.
Obviously.
Obviously. And then she brings back, and then she's still kind of being used. So the relationship's still iffy, but
I mean, I do like okay, if we're doing this, if we're doing the rewrite, I like that she bites Needy, and like Needy gets some of the power. So it would be interesting if maybe Jennifer lost some of the demon power because of that. And so between the two of them, they have all of it. Like where the power is. So like they're now on equal footing. And I think that could be really neat. And the two of them then go forward. They kill Low Shoulder together. And then, I don't know, they just live their lives being the demons that they are. I think that'd be fun.
I love it.
I think the transference of a little bit of her power to Needy would be a really important detail in this rewrite of the ending of the story.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I like
Do we have any more thematic thoughts that haven't been discussed?
I don't know. Because Merrilee and I went and talked a lot about the queer theory behind this, and I liked that. That actually, made me see this movie. I mean, I knew it was always there, but the way we discussed it, I think, made me have even more to chew on and think about. So I kind of like that.
The number one goal, I think, that I always have when having a conversation about a film is I want both parties to walk away with something to look for next time you watch the movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope you took something from what I said then.
Yes, genuinely. Oh, I'm thrilled. This is so fun.
Do we have any hot takes about this movie? I have a silly hot
You asked me for one and I don't, but go ahead.
Matt, this is on our agenda every week and you never come up with one.
Yeah.
Sure. And you're funnier and more clever than me, so like you should have these more easily than I do, because mine always suck. And I don't think mine is a hot take, but I'm gonna say it here anyway.
All right, I got it.
Okay. Your own? Or?
You got my own.
Okay. I'm gonna share mine first.
I'm just going crazy with it.
Okay.
I think I get scared to say them because they should piss people off, and I don't want to piss anybody off. So I'm going to say it, and I don't know if I always believe it because I don't want it. But you know what? Go ahead. Do yours. I'll do mine.
I'm sure mine's. I don't even know if mine's even warm. Let's be so for real.
Yeah, you just give cold takes.
I have a habit of doing that. Yeah, that's why I said I need you to come prepared,
go ahead.
because I'm not good enough. Okay.
I don't know about that, but
this is Chris Pratt's third best non-Guardians of the Galaxy film.
That's way too specific to be a hot take. Sure.
How is that too specific?
Third best non-Guardians.
It's in his top 3 non-Guardians films.
All right, fair enough. Fair. I fully believe that. I'm not an avid consumer of the Chris Pratt's filmography, but he's pretty good for the 5 minutes that he's here. I wish that we had seen him get killed.
I said that before we started recording. So
just to
you know what? You don't need to go through all these, Hannah. You were way too specific. I'll do. You want ready for mine?
The other movies that are in his top 3 are Moneyball and Her.
I love him in Moneyball. Yeah.
I haven't seen either of those films, so I believe you.
Certainly not.
Hers definitely. I mean, both are worth a watch, but I think Hers would probably be more up your alley.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I love Her.
I've heard that it's good.
It's the movie that, like, I feel like it is sometimes like baby cinephile's first movie. Mm-hmm. It like was for me, but I was like in high school when it came out, and it was like the first film that like very deeply affected
Moneyball
me.
Is also baby cinephile's first movie, though.
Chris Pratt actually knows how to do really bad action films. Jennifer's Body and baby cinephile's first film.
Okay, my hot take is that Jennifer's Body is a better Evil Dead movie than Evil Dead Rise.
Oh, okay. That's very spicy.
You like that? I didn't like Evil Dead Rise as much as the other ones.
I haven't seen it, but I thought it was just fine. We're going to cover it right after this.
Whoa.
So
perfect timing.
I'll let you know.
Well, yeah, and I'll rewatch it and see if I change my mind.
Yeah, I'm not a big Evil Dead person. I haven't watched any of the new Evil Dead films, but I know that people really like Evil Dead Rise. So I'm going to be thrilled to listen to your guys' episode to find out more about that take.
Great. Thank you. I appreciate you listening.
I think you have a great podcast.
I'll give you the rundown right away is that I think that the 2013 one's phenomenal and really impressive and such a cool remake / reboot. And I think that Rise doesn't really separate itself enough from that one to do where all of the Evil Dead movies do something very different and very out there, I'll even say, or like kind of take big leaps. I felt that Rise doesn't take enough of a step up from any of the other ones. So
it's interesting that you say that when, of course, Evil Dead 2 is the first half of it is just a remake of Evil Dead 1.
But that's what's crazy about it, right? Is it is just a remake of like, how can you get away with that? So
I hadn't seen the first one when I watched Evil Dead 2, and it still didn't do anything.
You didn't love it that much.
Me.
I like it, but
listen, I'm an Army of Darkness girly, so
see, that was the one that didn't click for me as much. So that's why the Evil Dead's great for that. I do feel like
that's a thing. Either that movie clicks for you and you're like, I ride for this film, or you're like, no, it's kind of like my worst of this franchise.
I'll have to give all of them another shot at some point.
But. For April on Fear Coded, we did a bunch of horror comedies, and we did talk about Army of Darkness, and I'll 10 toes down. I think that movie holds up. I think it's really, really funny. I think it's a horrible film for women. Like they did not treat their ladies right. But like it's really good.
I need to give it another shot. I think I was coming off of 2, which I was very high on into it. It was just like, it's good. But so, okay.
What a wild hot take from you.
I
like it. One. Thank you. Thank you for showing
I didn't say that
up.
This was better than Army of Darkness. That would have been the really hot take. I also don't think you can compare them the way I can compare this to maybe a newer one.
No, like it's apples to oranges. I don't know. Yeah. I think my hot take is that some of the practical effects in this movie are way better than some of the other big effects movies from that time period. Moreover, some of the movies that are coming out these days, like specifically like the pins or whatever is going on in the chocolate syrup in the scene where like Jennifer throws up, like that is so horrifying. And I don't know what is going on there, but I do not like it.
No, I agree. It's so grody.
Am I the only one with an actual spicy take around here? I agree with both of you.
You didn't even have one when we started this, so you don't get
Sorry to be mean. No, I think you're right. That's why I'm saying that. I was like, there are some very good practical effects.
I'm sure someone at home thinks it's hot, but I am with you.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for a hot take. This is the best that I've got.
Yeah, and that's valid. Okay, there's something else no one here is going to be prepared for. So sometimes
you're right. I'm ready.
Doing a this or that, comparing like this movie to another film.
Okay.
I'm going in a really odd direction with this, so my apologies. We are doing a this or that of fictional rock bands. So we are comparing Low Shoulder to other fictional, maybe not rock, but other fictional bands.
Okay.
Specifically the band or the song?
Well, okay. We only get one piece of music from this band, really. Two?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to have to take what we know of their music with what we know of these other artists' music, okay? So,
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
take
ready.
it with a grain of salt. Do what you can. Okay. So we'll start with you, Matt.
Yep.
Low Shoulder or Pink Slip from Freaky Friday?
Pink Slip.
Low Shoulder or the Soggy Bottom Boys?
100%.
100%
the Soggy Bottom Boys.
Low Shoulder or School of Rock?
School of Rock.
Low Shoulder or Sex Bob-omb from Scott
Sex
Pilgrim?
Bob-ombs. I'm going against Low Shoulder this whole time.
My bad.
That's okay. Keep going.
Low Shoulder or the Cheetah Girls?
I don't know the Cheetah Girls that well, but I feel like it would be wrong of me to put Low Shoulder over the Cheetah Girls, so I'll say Cheetah Girls.
And that's correct.
Yeah.
Low Shoulder or Lustra from Eurotrip?
I don't know Eurotrip.
But you know the song.
No.
Scotty doesn't know.
Oh.
I listen to that song
fine.
all the time.
I'll give this one to Low Shoulder then.
This is like the one where I was like, it's Lustra.
Go ahead,
Scotty doesn't know I love so much. Okay. Low Shoulder or the Ain't Rights from Green Room?
The Ain't Rights. Mostly because they just go and sing I can't say Nazi punks fuck off to a bunch of Nazis.
Yeah.
Low Shoulder. Oh, you haven't even seen this. Low Shoulder or the Style Boys from Popstar Never Stop
That
Stopping?
seems unfair.
Oh my God.
The Style
I love
Boys,
that
right?
movie.
I love it so much.
Low Shoulder's got one hit and they had to sacrifice a girl for it.
Yeah, it's so true.
You should have done That Thing You Do, The Wonders.
See,
I did not have that in
there
there.
were like a couple
I'd give it
obvious
to The Wonders.
famous ones that I was like, I somehow haven't actually seen this, so I'm just gonna put the ones that I've seen and hope that this works for the audience at home. Okay, are you ready, Merrilee?
I'm so ready.
Okay, and if you haven't seen one of them, no worries, just say it. Okay, so Low Shoulder or Pink Slip from Freaky Friday?
Low Shoulder.
Okay, Low Shoulder or Soggy Bottom Boys?
Soggy Bottom Boys. I'm so sorry, but like, there's no beating. Like,
and that's
probably the best
so
band on this
valid.
list outside of School of Rock.
Low Shoulder or School of Rock?
I do have to go School of Rock.
Low Shoulder or Sex Bob-omb?
Sex Bob-omb also.
Low Shoulder or the Cheetah Girls?
The Cheetah Girls.
Duh.
Obviously.
Low Shoulder or Lustra?
Which one is this from again?
This is from Eurotrip. Scotty doesn't know.
I like Scotty Doesn't Know. I'm so sorry. I do have to go Low Shoulder because I think because they do have two songs is better than just the ones. Again, Scotty Doesn't Know, banger. I really like that Debbie Harry cover.
Yes. And that's valid. Low Shoulder or the Ain't Rights?
The Ain't Rights.
Low Shoulder or the Style Boys?
I'm going to go Low Shoulder.
Okay, this is gonna
All right, Hannah, you ready?
really show what a weirdo I am.
Low
Okay.
shoulder or pink slip?
Pink slip.
Low shoulder or soggy bottom boys?
This Saki Bottom Boys.
Low shoulder or School of Rock?
I'm going low shoulder.
That's crazy.
That's my
That's
style
crazy.
of music. I'm sorry.
Do you
No,
hate
no.
kids? I'm sorry.
I hate kids
do you
also.
hate children? Do you hate talented children?
I haven't
Right.
seen School of Rock in so
It's good.
long.
It's good. I'm going to stand by
I know
it. It's a
that,
good
but
movie.
like, I don't
You know
care
who
about
wrote
them
it, right?
kids. Of course, I know
Okay.
who wrote it.
Your boy.
Yeah,
All right, Low Shoulder or Scott Pilgrim versus the World? Or sorry, the Sex Bomb.
It's got to be Sex Bomb. That name is.
They also have like
incredible.
at least three good songs.
Yeah.
I will say, personally, I will take the Clash of Demon Head over Sex Bomb every day of the week and twice on Today.
Which one?
Clash of Demon Head. Like the isn't that the band that his ex is in?
Oh,
The
yes.
Metric
It's
song?
Brie Larson's.
Yeah.
Yes, that song's crazy.
Oh, fuck. I haven't seen
agreed
Scott
on that.
Pilgrim in so
You should
long.
watch it. Brie Larson
I
has
can't
an
even-
amazing song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a Metric cover. It's so good.
Yeah.
When they for like I think it was like the 20th anniversary, they put out like a special vinyl edition with Brie Larson singing that song instead of just
snap.
the Metric cover. My best friend who loves that movie, who had like a huge crush on Brie Larson, she bought that vinyl so fast. We like wore out the group on that one.
And I love that.
All right, so Low Shoulder or the Cheetah Girls?
Cheetah Girls.
Low Shoulder or Lustra from Eurotrip?
I'm gonna have to go with Lustra just because of how often I listen to Scotty Doesn't Know.
Low Shoulder or The Ain't Rights?
Okay, like
This is like evil versus good.
no,
right
I
here,
know,
and
I
you're
know.
gonna pick the
no,
evil.
the answer is the Ain't Rights. However, what my hold up for the briefest of moments is that like I like listening to Through the Trees, but I obviously emotionally and politically support the Ain't Rights, so it's the Ain't Rights.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
Low
that one's
Shoulder-
hard.
Yeah.
Low Shoulder or the Style Boys?
Bro, Finest Girl is like my favorite song in the world, so it's the Style Boys. I love Finest Girl so much. I've been singing that song
Since college.
Okay.
for
Yeah.
I've never stopped.
So,
I've never stopping
Style Boys.
singing
Yeah.
that song.
all right.
Genuinely, I would like to change my answer. I forgot that the Style Boys were from Popstar. I love them. Like every song for Popstar, Never Stop, Don't Stopping is a literal treasure. I love that movie.
It's so good. After that movie, I mean, it was a couple years later, but after my friend and I saw that movie, we saw the Lonely Island tour, and they did some of the songs from the movie, including Finest Girl, and I lost my marbles. I will never get them back. It was
Yeah.
so good.
Back when the Alamo Drafthouse was good, my best friend and I, again, the same one from the previous story, we went and we saw a like rowdy showing of Popstar Never Stop Not Stopping. And it was one of the greatest moments of my life. We also did
Incredible.
we saw Spice World the same way, which was my first time watching that movie, by the way. I had never seen it before. But my friend Chelsea loved that movie. Huge crush on the Spice Girls. It was one of the most fun nights I've ever had in my life.
I also haven't seen it, but I feel like that is the environment of which now I need to
We don't
see
have
it.
an Alamo or anything near us.
I mean, they
So-
don't do fudge things anymore because they're owned by Sony, and their corporate evil overlords really just
Hate
sucked
fun.
the fun out of the Draft House. I swear to God.
I swear every new
Something just fell.
That
was crazy.
The worst part is that it's a pile of photos that my mom gave me from
This
my
is a
childhood.
horrifying photo of
And they're
Hannah.
like the ugliest like
Yeah,
5-year-old
this is
photos
bad.
of me that
I want to
I've
leave all this in
ever
because I'm
seen.
looking at like a very
It's
uncomfortable
so-
photo of my life
it's
right now.
so bad. Sorry.
You don't know how to smile or use your eyes. That's
I
crazy.
know.
Where are your eyebrows?
I was so blonde you can't see my eyebrows at all. They like blend in with
All right,
my
I'm
face.
leaving all this in.
Okay,
People laugh at this.
sorry.
Okay, we'll continue. That
Okay,
just fell out of nowhere. There's a ghost in our house, in our apartment.
Yeah, I have one more. Low Shoulder or Sky Riley?
Sky Riley.
Oh, Sky
Sky
Riley.
Riley.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Low
yeah.
Shoulder or Lady Raven.
Lady Raven.
I kind of like Low Shoulder. I think
I was also
crazy.
gonna say Low Shoulder, but Lady Raven does slap.
Lady Raven also has like 8 songs in that movie, which is cool.
No, she rocks, and we love that for her.
Mhm.
I think it's more that she, as
You-
not an onstage performer, does nothing for me, and she's in
Mhm.
it too much.
Boo.
You
No
and I
trap
have
hate here.
we're not going to trap hate, but I like where your head's at, Hannah.
And I like trap. Like
I know what
had
you're
a
saying.
blast, but you know, it just be what it be. Okay, let's rate this movie.
Yeah, if you come to me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to raise it a little bit, I think. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I was thinking a 7. I think I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd because it feels like it feels like Drag Me to Hell, which I gave a similar rating, but I think I would notch it above Drag Me to Hell now.
I gave this way higher than Drag Me to Hell.
I think like an 8 is reasonable for me. So.
What about you?
I mean, it depends on the context, because if like my friend Chels has this thing that they have like the sleepover movies, where they say all really good sleepover movies is like a 3 out of 5, but like the really good ones is like a 5 out of 5 on the 3 out of 5 scale.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a perfect sleepover movie. So like I could see a 3 out of 5 for this. However, I love her. I've loved her for years. She's my problematic wife. So I would give her a 5 out of 5. But I'll give it a 9 out of 10 because it's not a perfect movie, and there's a lot of things that, like, if you told me I don't like this about the movie, I would be like, yeah, that's a valid point. However, it's just it's so fun. If you open your heart to Jennifer's Body, I think you'll have a lovely time.
Yeah. On that note, I'm going to give it an 8.5 because I swear every time I watch this, I've only seen it twice now, but I like want to go watch it right now again. Like I feel like
you like it more.
I like it more and more. Like extra.
I agree with that.
Like
genuinely,
so fun.
Genuinely, I it's one of the I've never experienced this before. Every time I watch the movie, I like it just that little bit more.
On our Dalton endorsement scale, named after our friend Matt Dalton, the -5 to 5 scale, where our scores more specifically reflect how much we recommend the film, taking into consideration our personal enjoyment as well as the film's cultural impact, with a negative score indicating lack of endorsement and a 0 being true neutral. Where would we put this?
I mean, this has got to be like a +4 or more for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll say +4. I don't know if I can full on +5 it, but I think it's +4.
I was going to go +4.
Yeah, if you didn't give this a +4, we would be having some problems.
It's just like so different, and I think it stands out so much more now than it did when it came out. And I think more because it brings me back to that time, and I definitely see it more of a critique or even a commentary on some of these movies of that time, and I like it. So
yeah.
Also, this movie like actually has cool things to say and subtextually treats women better than a lot of movies in the early 2000s. So it's crazy. We were treating women decent in movies in like the 70s, these characters, and then we got really bad at it. Better than we were. I'm saying there were some strong women characters pre-2000s. Maybe not. Think Jurassic Park. Think Star Wars.
You're thinking of like a select few movies that are really good and have stood the test of time for a reason.
I guess that's a good point.
Yeah.
I'm
not saying we treated them well off screen. I was more saying some characters on screen I think were portrayed better, and then 2000s we feel like a lot of women were treated as really dumb in films.
Yes, I think that part of your argument.
Yeah, I'm not saying off screen. I know off screen it's always been terrible.
Well, that's a whole different beast.
I'm saying portrayal on screen has seemed to take a weird dip.
It's in waves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
That could have been my hot take.
There you go. So hot. Okay. Well, Merrilee, thank you so much for joining us. This was so much fun.
This was such a delight. You guys are fantastic. What a beautiful time. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And tell us again where everyone can find you.
Yeah. So Fear Coded releases episodes pretty much every Monday. We do like, we used to be like every Monday, but we've kind of slowed the tempo a little bit to like combat burnout. So most Mondays, anywhere you get your podcast, there should be an episode, but you can find more about us on social media, on Instagram, YouTube, and Blue Sky at Fear Coded Pod.
Amazing.
Everyone make sure to give follows and 5 stars.
Yes, for sure. Do it.
I mean, I would love that, but you don't have to. It's fine.
I said do it, so they're going to do it.
Do it, or Rob Zombie's going to be in your walls like he's in mine.
Oh no, don't do that.
That's a tough threat.
Okay, well, again, we appreciate you coming on. This has been a great time. So I think we're good to wrap it up. So I've been Matt, Hannah.
I'm Hannah.
This is Horror at the Hannahs. Stay tuned
and stay scared. Thank you for listening to Horror Hour with the Hannahs. Make sure to listen to future episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever else you can find podcasts. You can also find us on YouTube, where we post episodes and shorts. You can follow us at Horror Hour with the Hannahs on TikTok and Instagram, as well as at Horror Hour on Blue Sky for more content. If you like the podcast, please follow and leave a review on your favorite podcasting app. Happy hauntings!